Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is George. I'm from London. I live on the island of Mallorca in Spain, and I'm super delighted to be, let's say, I suppose the word is comparing, or with an E, comparing this call, introducing Chris, who some of you know. Chris, I met about 2 years ago in another project, and I'm very happy to say I managed to get his attention about LifeWave. He can tell you more about himself, or I would just add that he's entrepreneur like me. He's had lots of different businesses. Like me, he is his big project was casualty of COVID. Like me, he was, or like myself, to speak in better English, he was looking for something with which to work to relieve his, as I described, financial anxieties. And I'm very, very happy and honored that he decided after a while to start working with LifeWave. And here we also have today Merle, who I've gotten to know over the last year, but mostly over the last few months with LifeWave. Merle comes from the world of therapy. She teaches and practices something called life alignment. I'm not really sure what that is. No doubt she can tell us. She works on people, animals, homes, businesses. And since 2014, she's been coaching people on low carb nutrition. I probably need some, not coaching, probably whip cracking is more like it. And she co-authored a book called The Low Carb Creed. So with all that said, I want to say thank you to everybody for coming, and thank you to Chris and Merle for this presentation. We're going to listen. Really looking forward. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, George. Thank you. Yeah, as George mentioned, he invited me to LifeWave. Wasn't a quick and easy thing. He sent me a whole lot of messages, and when you busy and things go over your head. But eventually, end of last year in November, I hit complete burnout, and I was completely exhausted. And George said, "I've got something that can help you." And he sent me some information. I had a look at it. And yes, it was the end of November when I decided to register, joined, and I got my first sleeve of patches, and I thought, let me try this out. And straight away, I put the patches on me, and I don't want to call it a one-patch wonder, but I was one of the lucky people that I got a reaction very, very quickly. Within 5 days, I had what you call a brain fog. When your brain is just not thinking straight. In 5 days, my brain fog completely lifted. The mental clarity that I got was absolutely unbelievable. My dizziness, I suffered from vertigo for 4 years, completely disappeared. Completely. I don't take any vertigo tablets anymore, and that's been for 6 months now. And my energy levels, my outlook towards life, everything has completely changed. In the last 6 months, the amount of testimonies of what we've seen, what this product has done, we can sit on the call here till 12 o'clock tonight. So I just wanted to tell you very quickly about myself, how I got involved. I've been involved with LifeWave 6 months, and absolutely honored to be presenting tonight together with Merle. So without any further ado, let me open up the slideshow, and here we go. So we'll check, and there we are. Perfect.
And perhaps Merle, tell us, but just before we start, tell us a bit about yourself as well.
Right. So last week was my 6th month in LifeWave. I joined on the 8th of December last year. And like Chris, I was sort of not a one-patch wonder, but a 1 week wonder, because within a week, a shoulder injury that I've had since 2012 was remarkably better. I've been spending a fortune on the chiro, physios, massage, and always been in pain. So it compromised how I could exercise. So for me, that was amazing. And the rest is history.
Awesome. Also in a week. Beautiful. Well, all the new people on the call, you're probably thinking, okay, what are these guys talking about? They're talking about patches, feeling better. You obviously heard something that got your attention. You either heard the word patch or LifeWave. That's what this is all about. We're talking about a company called LifeWave, which is affordable stem cell reactivation technology in the form of a patch. In a nutshell, the patches are formulated to activate your copper peptide, which then reactivates your own stem cells using a concept called photosynthesis or phototherapy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a very quick 2-minute video clip on, which just explains the concept and the science behind the technology. Here goes. Okay.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
Okay, so where did all this start? LifeWave was established in 2004 in San Diego, California. So LifeWave is 19 years old and is in 84 countries around the world. You know, that was one of the first questions that I asked George when he was telling me about LifeWave. I said to him, how long has this company been around? And that was last year. He said 18 years. You know, one word popped into my brain is the word stability. A company that's been around for 1 year short of a decade. In fact, LifeWave is amongst the 50 fastest growing companies in the USA at the moment. Now, we all know what's happened after COVID. What's been happening with most companies? They've either closed down or they have downsized. How many companies do you know today that have 10x their turnover after COVID? LifeWave's turnover went from $28 million in 2020 and 2021 to $280 million last year, and is projected to do $1 billion turnover. So where did this all start? Who started LifeWave? This gentleman, David Schmidt, CEO, inventor, genius, absolute genius. He came up with LifeWave 19 years ago. George will tell the story a little bit later on how it all started. David Schmidt actually owns over 130 patents. He's a scientist and an inventor, 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. Now, this is something that really got my attention, is the patent. Now, in my previous company, I come from the children's toy background. I had my own company for over 10 years, and I was looking at getting my product patented. To do a global patent, you're looking at about $1 million for one patent. Now, companies, some of them have got 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 patents. LifeWave has got not 10, not 20, not 100, 133 patents which protect the product, which means that this product is exclusive. It's in a league of its own and it's got no competition. What I love about LifeWave, it's not a Me Too product. So in other words, you're not comparing my powder is better than your powder, or my pill is better than your pill. You cannot get LifeWave patches anywhere else other than LifeWave. Okay, Merle, explain to us, what is the stem cell technology X39 all about?
Right, so why X39 and stem cell activation patch? So as we get older, we have fewer stem cells. So stem cells, so healing slows down, we heal slower. At age 30, we only have half the stem cells are active. And by age 60, there's almost no stem cell activity. Right, so how does X39 work? It's the holy grail of anti-aging. It's made of organic nanocrystals. It's formulated to activate your copper peptides, which reactivate your own stem cells. That's really important because so many people ask us, is there anything in there from animals or humans? And there isn't anything at all. LifeWave patches are non-invasive, non-transdermal, hypoallergenic, and it's 3M medical grade adhesive. So how do they activate you? What happens when your stem cells are activated? You have rapid pain relief, like in my case, rapid reduced inflammation. It supports wound healing, increased energy and vitality, mental clarity, like in Chris's case, enhanced sports performance, faster recovery from exercise, and improved skin appearance.
I'm just talking about the rapid pain relief. Hey, Merle, how many testimonies have we seen with people that have had pains for years, decades, using the patches, and suddenly pain relief in matter of days and weeks,
Absolutely. And then if I can just add something about the enhanced sports performance. I was talking to Cindy earlier on her way home from work at the clinic at the pharmacy, and she had patched a Comrades runner who had an ITB injury. 10 days prior to Comrades, didn't even think she would be able to run. She not only ran Comrades, she's wanting to sign up as a distributor. She's telling everybody about it. She said without X39 and our patches, she would not have run Comrades. So,
wow, that's absolutely amazing. Hey,
incredible.
Absolutely amazing. People that are starting to use it, they the moment they get a reaction, they actually kind of can't believe it's true. And then they start telling everybody about it. And before you know it, you've got queues of people saying, give me those patches, give me those patches.
Absolutely.
So now how do we wear these patches?
Right, so we wear the patch for 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So we wear our patch during the day because we need to be drinking a lot of water and staying hydrated. Then going to throw our patch away, sleep with no patch on, and next morning patch again. So it's a good idea to have your patch by your toothbrush when you brush your teeth in the morning, patch when you brush your teeth at night, take it off. And what are the patches? A little water. Okay, there we got it. Assists the patches in communicating the different frequencies to the entire body. Now, as a therapist of nearly 30 years, one of the things that I muscle test for before I do therapy on anyone is, are they hydrated? And if they're not, I make them drink water before I even start working on their body. So water is very important for energy flow. So what happens in the first few days? 4,000 genes begin to reset. So within 24 hours, the stem cell activation patch begins to reset 3,000 to 4,000 genes to a younger, healthier state. People using the X39 patches will experience an almost immediate effect through the elevation of antioxidants, a decrease in inflammation, and an increase in energy and joy. So within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. Physical changes start occurring. Decreased symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and depression, mental clarity, so no more foggy brain. And even if you don't feel the effects immediately, be rest assured the new stem cells may be regenerating an internal organ or tissue before repairing something you feel. And remember, each person's body is different. So when I had my blood tests in March, my thyroid results had improved, my T3 had improved, and we could decrease my medication. I would never have known that unless I had a blood test. So that was something that was being worked on that I had no clue was being worked on. And then, of course, don't forget to drink lots of water. So within 3 months, we have active stem cell repair. Collagen is increased, so ladies, you'll start looking younger. Your wrinkles decrease. Hair and nails grow faster and stronger. It supports structural integrity of both skeletal and muscular systems. And your stem cells are now actively creating deep healing in your body and repairing damage caused by the aging process that now becomes continuous and accumulative.
So talking about the word continuous and accumulative, that's when people ask, well, I've got the results, I'm feeling great, can I just stop taking the patches? So when we talk about continuous and accumulative, look at it as a bell. As long as it's taken you to get your body up to its optimum level, if you stop taking the patches, well, not all of a sudden you're going to wake up tomorrow and you've lost all your energy and you've lost your pain comes back. It'll take about the same process for everything to go back to the way it was. So that's why it's important to be on a maintenance pack to keep using the product. I thought I'd just mention what that means.
Absolutely. So within 6 months, we're going to reverse aging. Your vascular age is reduced. And in a recent study, 14 out of 15 people lowered their vascular age by an average of 8 years after just 6 months of use of X39. So how long we live is determined by the health of our stem cells. So it's not anti-aging, it's age reversal, which is what David Schmidt said. And I think he has a metabolic age of 32, but he's 60. So if that's not age reversal, then what, I don't know what is. It's very important, though, to look at the 90-day protocol, because so often people will use a patch for a week or 2 weeks and say it's not working for me. They don't actually know what is happening inside the body, which is why you need to follow the 90-day protocol. So David Schmidt advises to use the patches for a minimum of 90 days for optimal results. Although that is a recommendation, we've seen results in weeks, days, hours, minutes, and seconds. I've had people who within a couple of hours all of a sudden can do something they couldn't do before. They can move an arm, reach for a glass when their shoulder was frozen, and somebody whose shoulder was frozen for a year. And within a week, they could actually have both arms up and take something out of the cupboard. So our bodies are not all built the same way, and that the causes of certain conditions are often different. The most common reason for any lack of response to the patches is dehydration. So lack of hydration will reduce the effectiveness of the patches. It's important to drink enough water before and during patch use, and you'll find you're incredibly thirsty. Most people wearing patches can't believe how much water they're drinking.
And something I also want to add in is something that Sandy mentioned last week. If you look at the Eastern, or should I say the Chinese philosophy, when talking about getting your body back to a healthy state, they talk about the concept of every decade that you've been alive is how every month you should be on a product. So as an example, if you're 60 years old, that is 6 months that you should be on a product, and then still add another 90 days. And that's for your body to really get to its optimum state. And, we talk about instant gratification. You and I were talking about that earlier today. People want to see results immediately, but you've got to have realistic expectations. If you've had a problem for 30 years, you might not get a result in a couple of days. You've got to be persistent and at least look at the 90-day protocol. Thanks for that, Merle.
Absolutely. And then if you want to have any other information, see lots of little video testimonials, read all about the products, go to our website, startx39.com. Everything is there for you.
And the cool thing is, it's translated into all languages, 84 countries around the world. You just go into the translate little button, click on it, and the little flag will come up. Click on the flag, and it automatically translates the entire website. Merle, here's the fun part. I love this part.
Absolutely. Don't we love this part? And I mean, I've seen the most amazing healing. I think you've skipped through, but interestingly enough, I had copied this more. So if we look at that healing on the face and look what stem cells did in just 21 days, I think we need to add pictures that I've got into this. I have a client, well, she's actually a distributor, who's 80, who fell a few weeks ago, and she landed on her face and on her knee. Well, she'd been at the physio this morning just before I'd seen her. Physio cannot believe how she'd healed. Interestingly enough, Cindy, the nursing sister, has a patient who she sees, who she's patching, who the same physio sees. So this physio was telling Sheila, about the lady with MS and how she's moving her fingers and she was completely paralyzed. That's amazing. She cannot believe how the inflammation's gone in Sheila's knee. But she fell on the Tuesday on her face, and by the weekend, the bruising was so slight. It's from a lady who used to bruise badly, and she was into her month 3 on the patches at 80. Cannot believe how she's healed. No one can believe it. Not the doctors, not the physio, not anybody. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So you know how old people often battle to heal. So when you look at those, what they can do in 21 days in a young person, you look at an older person, healing is absolutely phenomenal.
Wow, please send me those pictures, Merle.
I will.
Thank you.
So what happens if we place the patch on the back of the neck? This is not George's favorite part.
No, not yet.
No, this is not
you.
yet.
No, this is you.
I
Yeah.
thought George liked these maps and brain mapping.
I love these pictures because
I know you do, George. Okay, so they took 12 participants between the ages of 50 and 80, and they did an EGG brain mapping. And if you look at the first picture, you see where they started, and you see the red is inflammation, what it looks like after 3 weeks and after 6 weeks. I mean, it's just amazing how the inflammation goes down. And then inflammation reduction in 30 minutes. I mean, that is just mind-blowing. But in 30 minutes, we go from having all those red patches of inflammation to it all just dissipating. And then the horse. That is just incredible.
But bear in mind, the horse is using Aeon before 39 existed. And that's...
And Bill, that talks about what we were talking about earlier today when people talk about the concept of placebo. So when you see what the product does for animals, that just takes the whole placebo discussion and totally throws that out the water.
Absolutely. And I mean, this lady is just phenomenal. She looks like she's had a facelift. So if we go day 1 and day 355, and I think there are now pictures of her even further on that are incredible. So, and then after 45 days on X39, and look at the wrinkles going. And after a year, unbelievable.
The biggest thing on this picture is look at the lady's eyes. Who knows how dark her eyes are? And look at what her eyes look like, how blue and sparkly they are a year later.
All the toxins are gone, and also how the eyes had opened up. So those hooded eyes had lifted. It's like she'd had an eye lift. And another one after only 9 weeks. And then we go 5 months. Just look at the difference in the mouth, even the lines on the side of the mouth. And then skin conditions, all kinds of skin conditions. We're seeing amazing things. Vitiligo, and then Bell's palsy. And I know David has a friend that he is a week into treating with Bell's palsy, we'll say treating, week into patching. And it's quite a few years since he's had Bell's palsy, and he's already saying that his face is not as tight. This is 3 months. And then before and after scar tissue repair, again, phenomenal. And then 5 days. And I mean, that's a young person, so you would heal faster in any case, but not that fast. And then psoriasis, which is obviously linked to an autoimmune disease. So the inflammation is not going externally, but internally as well. And then scarring, a stitching. And then the finger after 21 days. And then 6 weeks of hair. And again, we have some of our own hair pictures now. David must send you his hair pictures, Chris. So we've got some more before and after.
It's all them amazing,
hey? 2 months, 3 months.
Mine is definitely growing. Mine is definitely growing. The gap in between is definitely getting smaller. So this bit I like because there's a story here. Not only am I getting an echo? No, okay. So there's a story here. We see here Michael Phelps and basketball guy Sean May, David Beckham, all 3 of them using energy enhancer. But what happened? How did LifeWave and this technology come to be created? David Schmidt is an inventor. His uncle's an inventor. His cousin's an inventor. he was working on something for a mini submarine for Navy SEALs. And at that period in his life, he was asked to work on something so that the Navy SEALs wouldn't need to be using Red Bull and caffeine type products. So that's when he started the work and began. Well, he developed this technology. However, what happened? The towers went down, and in his words, the Department of Defense's priorities changed, and there was nobody answering the telephone. So he thought, I need to take this to the public and see if I can, get an echo with the public. And while he was trying to figure out how to develop his marketing, he talked with a guy who had been a network marketer, fairly random conversation. And the guy said to him, can I introduce you to a buddy of mine who's a doctor in California? And that doctor in turn said, can I introduce you to another doctor who happened to be the doctor of the Olympic swimming team, who introduced him to the coach. 3 weeks later, David found himself patching the Olympic swimming team. And he said to himself, you know what, this would never have happened. It came to me word of mouth, one person telling another, I'm going to develop my business this way. So that's how come really a very advanced technology ended up being marketed in what the world generally calls network marketing or multi-level marketing. And here we see this guy, super bike champion, using X39 on his forehead for helping with the concentration. And by the way, Energy Enhancer was the first patch. Two things here. Energy Enhancer was the first patch that David developed. And when the Olympic swimming team won all those medals, the medals were retained or held back until he was able to prove that the patches were not putting anything pharmaceutical into their bodies. And the Olympic Committee accepted it, the US anti-doping people accepted it, and that's why we're here now.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, George. Thank you. Right, so we've all heard of the author, public speaker, Tony Robbins. He's been around for 30 years. In fact, one of the first books I read called Unlimited Power was his book 30 years ago. And he wrote this book and published it last year. It's called Life Force. And in his book, Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 talks purely about peptide therapy and stem cell therapy. And he was one of the lucky people that actually got very good results from traditional stem cell injections. Now, with stem cell injections, you've actually got a 50% chance that it will work and a 50% chance that it will not work. That's the gamble that you take. Now, even somebody like Tony Robbins, he's not a multimillionaire. I think he's a billionaire. And even he says that traditional stem cell injections and peptide therapy is hellishly expensive. You're looking at anywhere from $7,000 to $100,000 US for a series of injections. And that also involves international travel as well, where the LifeWave stem cell patches are effective literally at a fraction of the cost. So very quickly, you heard George talking about Energy Enhancer and some other products. Merle's been talking quite extensively on the product called X39. So the X39 is like, call it the new kid on the block. This is the one that was launched 3.5 years ago, which is like the heat-seeking missile. This is the flagship product that goes into your body and does all the work that needs to get done. There are supportive products. There's a product for sports people, as Merle mentioned just now. There's one for extensive pain. Very quickly on the pain one, I met with a lady about a month and a half ago. A lady by the name of Marlena. She's got no cartilage on her knees. And she's been battling with her knees. She's had about over 20 operations over the last 20 years. When I met her personally 2.5 years ago, she was like walking on crutches. And a month and a half ago, when she came back into my life, she said, Chris, my legs have totally deteriorated and I can't even walk properly anymore. I said to her, listen, I've got something I need to share with you. And I went to go see her on the Monday morning. She opened up the garage door and I saw Marlena with crutches, and she wasn't even walking. She was literally shuffling. She could not even walk on the crutches. I patched her, gave her a shock treatment, and that was on the Monday. On the Friday, I had to go and fetch her to take her to the bank to lift her bank limit. He opened that garage door. She came walking to the car without crutches. And that was after only 5 days. You know, that's how quickly this product works. Okay, Marlena is busy sharing this with the world at the moment because she's had pain for over 20 years. Since being on the product, she's pain-free. Then we've got the sleepy patch. We've got the product for extra levels of stress, stamina, immune system, weight management, and then the one that George was talking about, energy enhancer. I've used energy enhancer about 3, maybe 4 times over the last 6 months when I've really needed extra energy. Yeah, it just gives you energy like you've never felt before. These are ones that are available in various countries, just not South Africa at the moment. Nirvana for mood, animals, and for skin. So now you're thinking to yourself, oh my goodness gracious, what do these products cost? Chris was busy talking about thousands of dollars. Don't worry, nowhere near that. I said a fraction of the cost. A sleeve of X39, it comes in a sleeve with 30 patches, as Merle mentioned earlier on. 1 patch on in the morning, wear it for the day, and you throw it away. And this is a 1 month supply. X39 retails for $149, with the supplementary or supportive products are $79. 1 sleeve, 1 month supply, plus whatever country you're in, you've got to add obviously your country tax and then whatever the delivery is. Then you've also got the option to actually purchase the product at wholesale price. What you do is you actually register and you become a member of LifeWave, and then the product drops right down to $99 for the X39, and then the other supplementary products are $49 to $69, and that's for 1 sleeve, 1 month supply. Right, so how does it work? To register and enroll, you get the product at wholesale price. We got what we call the bronze kit. The bronze kit is $125, gives you 1 sleeve of X39, and that includes a once-off $25 enrollment fee, which means that you're saving $25 off the retail price immediately, and then your next order and ongoing for the X39 is only $99, 1 sleeve of X39. The most popular kit is the silver kit. That is $300, and that gives you 3 sleeves of X39. And then you save on the $25 enrollment fee that gets waived. So you're buying it wholesale price immediately. And then your next order and ongoing is only $99. So those are the 2 wholesale customer kits. Then we have the business builder kits. We have gold, which is $500, gives you 5 sleeves of X39. Platinum, which is $999, basically $1,000, gives you 12 sleeves of X39. And then we have the diamond kit, which is $1,600, and you get 19 sleeves of X39, and that the product is then only $84. You can also mix and match your order to give you an idea. I'll give you an example on, say, the silver kit. As I mentioned, the silver kit, you get 3 sleeves of X39. If you want to try some of the other supplementary products, what you can do is you can actually then deselect one of the X39s, and you can then replace it with not 1, but 2 of the supplementary products, which means that you're actually getting it even cheaper. Merle and I were talking about it today, because the supplementary products are $69 each. There you'll be getting them only for $49 each. So you could actually go for 2 X39s, take one of them off, and you can put an energy enhancer and an ice wave as an example. And then the cool thing is, this is what I love about LifeWave, is you can upgrade your kit at any given time and you only paying the difference. Now, say for example, you registered at silver And 2 weeks later, you go, oh my goodness, I actually wish I went for gold because I've got a family member that I needed to get patches to or something like that. That doesn't mean that you then have to pay $500 to get gold. You're already on the silver, which is $300. So what you do is you only then pay the difference, which means that you then upgrade to the next level, and then you get obviously the difference in the products as well. So in a nutshell, as I mentioned, LifeWave is a 19-year-old company, went from $20 million to $280 million in the last 2 years in over 84 countries around the world. We are sitting in the right place at the right time. Merle's just going to go through a quick slide, then we're going to go into a quick 6-minute video clip.
Right, so you have an incredible opportunity before you today, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. I mean, it's an entrepreneur's dream come true. It's an established company, cutting edge science, over 100 patents, no competition. We're in the right place, the right time, with the right products.
Awesome. Thank you, Merle. And then I'm going to play a 6-minute clip, which is really going to encompass everything that we've been talking about. And then you're actually going to see what David looks like and what he sounds like. True visionary. Here goes.
It's not too often that an opportunity comes along that puts you in the right place at the right time with the right product. But that's exactly where you find yourself as you discover the power of LifeWave technology and the opportunity it represents for you. Our mission? To share products with the world that enhance the health, wellness, beauty, and longevity of every person we encounter. If that resonates with you, take a moment and imagine. Have you heard about the billions being spent in the race to cash in on the promise of stem cells? We're told the possibilities in the future for improving our health and wellness using stem cell science from Big Pharma are huge. But what if the future was now? What if you could be perfectly positioned to take advantage of the stem cell revolution today? Partnering with an established company with proven technology, using a business distribution system that puts you in the driver's seat now. Too good to be true? Absolutely not.
It's what the world wants. We don't want drugs. We don't want injections. We don't want surgery.
I've never seen anything like this in 21 years of being a doctor, anything coming close to doing what this technology does for people.
This is a pivotal moment in alternative medicine and in the future of technology and healing and helping people.
Stem cells are the future. As a wellness company, we needed to be part of the stem cell revolution. And with X39, that's exactly what's happened.
That's David Schmidt, LifeWave's founder, CEO, and inventor of X39, his latest breakthrough in what is wearable, virtually weightless technology.
I'm now 50 years old and I feel like 30 years.
In 2 days, X39, my knee pain was really gone.
It's a really fun thing to share with people because everybody is amazed by it.
What does X39 do? It harnesses light to elevate a copper peptide proven to activate stem cells.
We're bringing regenerative science to everyone, and we're doing it safely and inexpensively and with extraordinary benefits. So this is why we have such an advantage in the marketplace and what makes our opportunity for our business builders so enormous.
This is cutting-edge science with no competition that's safe, affordable, non-invasive, and drug-free. We have an X39 video that tells you all about the science, so be sure to watch it. But with over 80 clinical studies behind it and multiple worldwide patents protecting it, the science is settled.
It's a game changer. There is absolutely no competition.
You're not going to be able to find this in any other different company.
So where do you come in? Our distribution model is network marketing, an industry that approaches $200 billion a year in sales worldwide. People telling people about products and building teams of team builders that accelerate that word of mouth. It's big business, and LifeWave is growing fast within it.
It's very unusual that you would have cutting-edge science make its way into network marketing. But as it turns out, because our products produce immediate effects, immediate benefits, sharing the product face-to-face makes it the ideal way to share the technology.
The only thing you have to do is go out and share it with people. That's it. You don't have to be a medical doctor like me. Everybody can do this.
You try the patch and you love it.
The reaction that people give us is like, wow.
With warehouses now in multiple countries, distribution in over 100, and the capability to manufacture millions of units per month already in place, LifeWave is ready for you. Just think about who you know and all the people they know that would like more energy without the buzz, to reduce or eliminate pain, to sleep better, all without drugs, to look and feel younger without risky procedures. The list of benefits using our products is long. The market's vast. Are you starting to get the idea here? You're on the threshold of something significant. I mean, think about it. This is an opportunity with global reach where there's help and support alongside you every step of the way, and it's all fueled by a science that has no competition. As a member, you have an incredible array of marketing support, training, and business services that allow you to focus on what's important, spreading the word about LifeWave and helping us expand.
The growth in the future is going to be fast because of X39.
Once you learn about the X39 and you see what it's doing for people, you just, for me, I feel like it's an obligation to share it.
Today, more and more people are really looking for solutions for a better lifestyle.
Everybody wants to look younger, everybody needs more sleep, wants to have more energy, wants to get rid of pain.
And LifeWave is fun because you're making a difference in people's lives. It's not a little difference, it's a big difference.
LifeWave gave my children their mother back. When you're able to move someone's health as much as we can with LifeWave, see what change that make into people's life, that's amazing. It is. You can literally change someone's life. And I love that.
So there you have it. Look, whatever you want, however high your goals, however big your dreams, it's all possible with LifeWave. So be sure to get back to the person who suggested you watch this video and get started today. Try X39 or one of our other fantastic products so you can learn for yourself what all the excitement is about when it comes to LifeWave. Whatever you do, though, be sure to get started today because the clock is ticking. The time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LifeWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
And yes, he did use the word, not million, billion with a B. $1 billion turnover, guys, in 2 years' time. We are sitting on something that is literally about to erupt. It's literally ready to go through the roof. And, you know, there's a thing called a catalyst. What makes a person have a paradigm shift and go into the next gear? As I mentioned earlier on, George shared LifeWave with me end of last year, but there was a big turning point that got my attention. And you know, when a product does something to yourself, it's one thing. But when it does something to a family member, but we're talking about a life-changing family member. I look at what it did for my mom. My mom has been suffering from a disease called fibromyalgia for 16 years. Now, fibromyalgia is a muscle degenerative disease, and we'd spent an absolute fortune. We've taken her to doctors, specialists. She's been on drips, chronic medication, you name it. And when I went to go see my mom, I said to her, Mom, I've got something that I think is going to make a difference in your life. She was very skeptical. You know what she said to me? She said, don't waste your money on me. You know, we've tried everything. And I thought, wow. So I didn't give her the option. I said, I'm sticking you. I put the patch on her, gave her an entire sleeve, and I said, right, you're going to patch. And what happened was she sent me a message 3 days later. She said, Chris, I don't know how to explain this to you, but my toothache has disappeared. And I said to her, toothache? I didn't even know you had toothache. How long have you had it for? She says, no, I've had it for 6 months. I didn't want to stress you out, but my toothache's gone. I thought, that's pretty cool. So I kind of like left it. And then also my mom had an operation on her nose about 4 years ago. She got a lump taken out, and she's had a cyst on the inside of her nose for the last 2 years. I don't want to get too graphical, but it had been like leaking, and she'd always be having to use a tissue. And she said that every day the leaking became less and this cyst started getting smaller and smaller and smaller every day. After 2 weeks, it turned into a little baby scab that fell out. Gone. His cyst disappeared in 2 weeks. But the biggest thing was when she phoned me 3 weeks later. She phoned me and she was in tears. Now, you get a little bit worried when your elderly parent phones you and they're crying. You think, oh my word, what's just gone wrong now? And she said, I don't know how to tell you this, but pain is gone. Now, my mom would not be able to sleep for longer than an hour. She would wake up every hour because of the pain. She said that she slept right through the night for the first time in over 10 years, pain-free. So guess what that did, guys? Guess what that did for me? You think I'm going to keep that quiet? You can't keep that quiet. All I want to do is I just want to share LifeWave with the entire world, which is what we're doing right now. And that's why I am so grateful that David Schmidt chose network marketing as the distribution method for LifeWave, because he could have gone the traditional route in the beginning, which means that you would have gone on TV, infomercials, print media, online, you name it. And the only place you would be able to get the patches is through, say, your pharmacies and that type of thing. Now, I don't know if you, like me, if you're walking in a pharmacy and you see this selling for $99 in the store, this little thing's not telling you what it's done for my mother and other people. The way that you get a product out into the marketplace faster than any other traditional marketing method is through word of mouth, which is through the network marketing industry, which is the most beautiful, amazing industry in the world, where you're helping people with their health and you're helping people with their wealth and their health all at the same time. And what really got my attention, as you guys know, I mentioned in the presentation, is a patent. Guys, this is a network marketer's dream come true, to have a product that you've got no competition, which is in a complete league of its own. And we are only now getting started, now. I look at myself, when I tell you beyond grateful. George mentioned earlier, my toy business came to an end after 10 years. Guys, you know what it feels like to put 10 years of your life, that's a decade, into a company, blood, sweat, tears, money, long hours, missing time with your family, you name it, to get an international business going, you're looking at a lot of hours. And for all that to just disappear because of COVID, and it's not just me, we're talking about not millions, hundreds of millions of people around the world have been doing the same thing. George as well, many people. And I don't care what anybody says, you're going to hit a certain level of loss, depression. Depression starts to kick in. You work so hard on something. And I thought, oh, well, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to do? And yes, I've been through a couple of different projects over the last 2.5 years. And you know, the right thing will cross your path at exactly the right time. There's a word called synchronicity, and it's all about timing. And George shared LifeWave with me at exactly the right time. And what I've been able to do, George, thank you for your persistence. Thank you for your persistence, because what I am earning right now on a passive basis every week is money that a lot of people don't earn even in a couple of months. So I am extremely grateful. There's an amazing, lucrative business plan attached to this. I can see Mark is dying to talk. Mark's got his hand up. He's itching. He's itching. So I can see that. George, should I let him talk? What do you think?
Unmute your mic. Oops.
There you go, Mark.
Go unmute it again. Hang on,
Okay.
you're not there. Unmute again.
Okay, now.
There we go.
Just to compliment what you're saying, Chris, this is so important. I got my buddy Tommy on the patches. Now, Tommy's had stenosis for 40 years. He's had 32 surgeries. And he's been watching me heal from stage 2 cancer, which I was successfully able to do in less than 60 days by cleansing dairy, sugar, alcohol, wheat products, and using a redox solution. I just got on the patches, 4 weeks ago. Anyway, I finally convinced Tommy. He calls me and says, I can't do any more surgeries. I'm dead in the water. He's 68. ICU 3 weeks ago, almost died. As soon as I reached him, I said, Tommy, get on the water and the patches immediately. It's been 17 days now. He walked into Sunday school on Sunday. He brought the house down. He's just, his blood sugar is stabilized. His oxygenation level is stabilized. He doesn't have to use the oxygen machine anymore, but it's a good supplement because he's doing a lot of healing. He's got bone spurs sticking out of his back, but he's able to walk around now. And he is on fire. So I'm getting him inaugurated to he is a partner. My sister's having results, and we just signed up her husband. And the husband's a firefighter, Houston retired firefighter. So now all the firefighters are like, my phone's blowing up. So I'm going as fast as I can. But the miracle, I want to shrink my tumors. I had over a dozen, and I shrank them organically to 7. But these patches, I've been detoxing like crazy. My legs itch and all the toxin coming out. So I know they're shrinking. And anyway, I am like you, just every day grateful. And I look outside and my vision is ever so closely to 2020. And I've worn glasses since I was 29. My right eye, I can see 300 yards out the light pole. It's almost clear. The left eye has started to clear on the patches. And it was stagnant for a few months. But anyway. Thank you, Chris and George. God bless you. I love you, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Listen, guys, just got to say this. We are on the ground floor of something. Even though, the Americans, Steve and Gina and Onyx they call LifeWave a 20-year startup. And LifeWave was really not heard about. I came across LifeWave products, energy enhancer, in about 2008. My head was somewhere else, but X39 came on the market 3 years ago. The results with X39 are stunning. X39 and the other LifeWave products will be everywhere in 5 years. The opportunity will be here in 2-3 years and in 5 years, but not on the ground floor as we are now. The opportunity for anybody who likes helping people and who wants to rid their financial anxieties, get rid of their financial anxieties. The opportunity here is beyond huge. So if that's if that's something for you, I urge you to just grab it and go for it, learn as much as you can, patch as many people as you can, sow seeds all the time, and count on us for help. That's the other bit.
I'm glad you mentioned that, George. Thank you. Here, you in business for yourself, but not by yourself. We help you. We hold your hand every step of the way, and you become part of something bigger than just us that you're seeing on the Zoom call right now. You become part of an international community, a community of like-minded and like-hearted people who are all coming together, wanting to make a difference in this world. And, it's amazing, human beings. This is how we are instinctively wired. We just want to help other people. We've seen this through what's happened with COVID. What I've found after COVID or during COVID is the most amazing thing that I saw with humanity is that how we all stood together as humanity, as human beings. And that's what we do. That's what we do. We instinctively just want to help other people. And this is what we have in our hands right now, is the opportunity to help people on every different level, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, every single level we can help people. And
bear in mind, not everybody wants to be helped. So that's where you just have to stand back and say, I'll see you next time.
Well, at the end of the day, you've got to still participate in your own rescue.
Just have fun with it. That's
have fun with it. Oh, man, we have an absolute ball here, guys. Come play with us. come play. We have fun in this playground. Let me tell you, we have fun making a difference. And, you know, some people might say, oh, you guys just mentioned that swear word, network marketing. Guys, please, network marketing has been around for 100 years. Did you know that? 100 years. It is the most amazing, beautiful industry I have ever seen in my life. Because you know what? It's all about people helping people. And when people say network marketing, let me just quickly tell you something. George signed me up in LifeWave. And guess what? The last couple of weeks, I have earned more than George. But
Not last week.
Okay, not last week. We're having a
Couple weeks
competition
before.
here.
Yeah,
But
we play here.
But how cool is it that George signed me up and I had the ability to earn more than him? How cool is that? How cool is it? And you know, network marketing it's the fastest growing industry in the world. Fastest growing industry in the world.
Look what happens is a lot of people, either they don't know and they think, people say to me, oh, it's one of those pyramids. And I go, yeah, when you're joining me in the pyramid, depends who they are. But do you know what a pyramid is? Try not to get involved in that. But a lot of people had a bad experience of network marketing at one time. And that is often why they're reticent, because you know, I was in a network marketing company in the mid 2000s, and whereas I loved the concept, I didn't like what the company leaders were saying was forget about the product, just talk about the opportunity. Lead with the opportunity, i.e., here you can make a lot of money if you follow this system. Instead of, when I saw X39 and this first video I looked at with David Schmidt and health professionals, I said, this is revolutionary and it's working from the inside out. And in my first call with Javi, who some of you guys know, he's not on the call tonight, but as soon as I saw this, I said, I want to talk to somebody who's been in this company for a while. And I got to speak with Javi, who'd been in the company for 4 months. And I said to him, look, you know, here we have a product which is unique, which nobody else has, and it works, or it seems to work at the time. Now I know it works. And that's totally different approach. And he said, yep, exactly for him. And I think I should probably mention this, because when Chris was talking about Tony Robbins and the cost of stem cell injections, Javi went twice to Mexico, each time spending $8,000 for a single injection of stem cells. A single injection of stem cells, paying flights from New Jersey to wherever he was in Mexico, hotels, flights for his wife, his 3 children, he always says, and the food. So, you know, cost over $20,000, both of those trips together. And a buddy of his sent him the patches. And his first thought was, patches that cost $100 a month. What are they going to do for my kid? He just spent $20,000 and we didn't get that much of a result. But what do we got to lose? Within 2 weeks, they look out the window and they see Alex on the swing in the garden by himself. His brother's not pushing him. 2 weeks later, he's riding the static bicycle they've got indoors. Autistic boy. Now he's brushing his teeth, doing up his shoelaces, pointing at letters, so he's communicating. It changed the family life completely and utterly. And that's, we hear so many stories. There's a lady who was on a call here with us some couple of months ago, a lady called Sandra, who, again, like Mark's friend Tommy, over 30 operations. The doctor said, nothing more we can do for you. She was on tramadol, fentanyl. They had to wash her stomach out every 2 weeks because she was totally constipated. And now she had to lie on her back in a darkened room. She said that I was in prison. Now, after 18 days with X39, she was able to walk around her apartment without a walker, didn't need to hide from the light, and is now going to the bathroom every day, doesn't need to be washed out, and the process continues. Now she's, you know, her relatives, her daughter, etc., using LifeWave products. So, yeah.
Well, you know, George, I'm so glad you tell these stories because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Facts tell and stories sell. Facts tell and stories sell, and that's what I love about LifeWave, is that it is product driven. It's product led. It's product led. I've personally sponsored into LifeWave 34 people in the last 6 months, 34 people. And that 34 people has turned into nearly 1,000 people, nearly 1,000 people in 6 months. Did I speak to 1,000 people? Hell no. I've spoken to a handful of people. And did I talk to them about the business first? No, I didn't. The first thing I spoke about is, have you heard of stem cell patches? They go, what? Yes, stem cell activation in the form of a patch. Like, oh my word, tell me more. All I do is tell people what it's done for me. I tell people what it's done for my mom. I just patch people. That's my mission, is to get patches onto as many people and let the patch do the work. Now they say that the proof is not in the pudding. The proof is not in the pudding. The proof is in the patch. Because once this gets onto a person, it elevates your frequency, and people start to feel something. And that's how this this business grows. I think we've had a really cool. I'm not going to go into the binary and the marketing plan now. What I'm going to say is, we've got a very, very beautiful, lucrative marketing plan. Very simple. You introduce people into the business, you get a commission immediately. But the biggest thing that got my attention, when I said to George, what type of, he said to me, it's network marketing, right? I said to him, what type of structure does it work on? Yes, when George said to me it works on a binary system, I tell you what, I had LifeWave insomnia because I know how powerful a binary system works. It's the most simple thing in the world. You share it with people, you sign up people on your left leg, you sign up people on the right leg, volume starts to happen. Once it hits certain numbers and figures, because each sleeve carries a point value. Once it hits these point values, you get what you call cycle bonuses. Little $50 go. It's like you're going into a casino and you just hear cha-ching, 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 all these little things. $50, $50, $50, $50, $50. And all those little $50 add up to a lot at the end of the week. And you think, oh my word, how did this happen? It starts to get a life of its own, and to a point where you actually cannot control it anymore. It becomes like a wildfire. You've got no control of it. And it just goes because it's people telling people and people sharing stories and people experiencing this most amazing, amazing, amazing product. So as George said, we're right here in the beginning, guys. We're in the beginning. It's a 19-year-old startup company. Because let me tell you, out of all the people that I've spoken to, I think probably maybe 2 people out of the 100 people I've spoken to had heard about it. Nobody's heard about this yet. That's how new LifeWave is. And we're talking about global. And the cool thing is, as I mentioned earlier on, we're in 84 countries around the world. So start local, think global. Start local, think global. And all the tools are in place. That's what I love, is all the tools are in place. And it's a case of just sharing it with people and planting those seeds. And we're here to help you and assist you. We do trainings. The moment you join, you get onto our WhatsApp group, and this is where we all help each other. We share testimonies, and like I say, you become part of a bigger community. Now, tomorrow night, guys, we have got such an exciting training. George and I are doing agreement number 2. I'm sure many of you on this call have heard of the book called The 4 Agreements. This is one of my favorite books in the entire world. The team that we belong to is called Quantum Field, which is headed by a lady by the name of Onyx Cole. And the book of the month, funny enough, is The 4 Agreements. So last week, Thursday, George and I, we spoke about agreement number 1, which is be impeccable with your word. And tomorrow, one of my favorites, we're going to be talking about Number 2, don't take anything personally. We're going to have so much fun tomorrow on Don't Take Anything Personally, because we're going to relate it right back to LifeWave and the journey that we've had so far. And it's all about us sharing our experience, strength, hope, and just to help you and assist you on this amazing, amazing, amazing journey. So same link, same Zoom link, same time. George and I'm going to play a video clip for about, I think it's 7-8 minutes, talking about agreement number 2. And then we're just going to have a quick little discussion over it. Then we're going to open it up to everybody. And I want everybody's hands up. So like Mark had his hand up, and I was like, I couldn't keep my eyes off Mark's hand up, you know. I want to see everybody's hands up tomorrow, and I want everybody to participate and share, because you know what? I learned from the person that joins tomorrow. I learn from the person who joins tomorrow. They might not have even joined yet. And that's how we share with each other. We all help each other and we all learn from each other, which is so beautiful. Like I said, in this industry, you earn while you learn. That's what's so beautiful about this. So, Merle, thank you.
I want to add something. If whenever you go into your back office, you can see there's a flag at the top left. So I encourage people to click on the flag, and then a box will open with a drop down of all the countries where we are. Scroll through that list of countries, because people come to your mind who you haven't thought about, who are in those countries, and you may want to reach out to them. And I can add this, that in due course we're in discussions of having calls in Australia for Australian time. So when you have Australian people, we have a few already now in the group, there will be support for them having regular calls at a time that works for them. So that's one thing we've been working on.
Yeah, we're getting there. Like I say, a year from now, we're going to be having 5-6 Zooms a day with all the different countries. So guys, from my side, thank you for taking the time out, Merle. It's an absolute pleasure presenting with you. You did a fantastic job for your first Zoom. Well done, well done. So proud of you. So proud of you.
Great presenting with you, Chris.
Oh, thank you, Will. And George, thank you for hosting the meeting for us as usual. You're an absolute superstar. And thank you for everything that you do for us and for our team. Thank you, George. Much appreciated.
George is a superstar. When he's on, I was telling Chris at lunchtime, George is saving our lives like last week. George on a call to Ireland, on a Zoom call to us, on a Skype call to there, not a Zoom call, a WhatsApp call to us, a Zoom call to there. What would we do without you, George?
Well, thank you kindly. That's very, yeah. I do lots of things at the same time, and sometimes even I'm amazed at how I fit it all in. But there are moments where I completely step back and I switch off my phone, and yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to cope. Mark has one more thing to say.
I know, I can see his hand up, but I'm dying to hear him talk.
Go on, Mark.
I want to introduce you to my high school friend, Mike Galvin. Mike, and you see Mike right here. He's driving right now. He's in Dallas, Fort Worth. He is my high school friend also with Tommy Miller. So he was instrumental in talking to Tommy, like, come on, Tommy, get on board with this stuff. Well, Mike has healed his arthritis, and he's working with his 69-year-old brother who's wheelchair bound for 22 years with MS. And he just is going to start with helping his brother. So, Mike, we wish you Godspeed. We know this will work. And Mike is all enthusiastic. He's trying to join us as he's out driving to the oil rigs and stuff. But listen, this is going to spread like wildfire, because Mike and I and Tommy have our 50th reunion, July 26th, and we're going to all walk in, and Tommy is going to walk in. And he's been ill for 40 years.
I'm in the wheelchair for 40 years.
I'm not sure if he's in a wheelchair 40 years, but he had the trembling, the shakes. He had all the conditions. He was hospice, and he lost his wife last year to cancer. So Tommy is like grateful. He's a born again LifeWave Christian. But listen, Mike, I wanted to welcome Mike because he's coming up to speed quickly, and we're going to help everyone with their health issues. And Mike,
Oh,
if you can speak,
thank you,
we'd
Mark.
love to hear you say hi.
Just ask him to unmute. I know he can't. He's not able to. We'll speak to him.
Okay,
there we
can
go.
y'all hear me now?
Yeah, can I hear you?
There you go. Hello.
Something came up on my screen and said, hey, unmute. So I hit it. I want to be where the girl is. It's got those nice palm trees and the beach waves rolling in behind her. Nice blue water. I mean, my goodness. Here I am driving a truck going, I got to get out of this.
Looking forward to meeting you all, you guys, in person soon. It's an absolute pleasure meeting you all.
Who's coming to Tampa, Florida? Is anybody coming? You are? You going to come? Great. I'm just buying the ticket tomorrow. I got my Esther yesterday and figuring out the routing.
Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much.
Good night. Look after yourself. Love you all. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.